Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Great Ace Attorney what was it, Adventures? I'm forgetting the subtitle because I don't think about it too much. I just think DGS1 and DGS2. That's my instinct, you know? Hold up, I'm still trying to set up while I'm like... Yeah, it's surprisingly, or maybe unsurprisingly, kind of difficult to set up when you only have one hand to work with half the time. So, here I am, just working things out. Okay. Yeah, the back of my shoulder really hurts. So I need to like find a good position so I can like do this without it being too much of an issue. But yes, welcome back to Great Ace Chronicles. Last time, we found out the tragic truth behind Kazuma's death. It was just an accident. It really was just an accident. This time, we're gonna start case 3. I don't really know what to expect. We're going to Great Britain. I think. Episode 3, I suppose. The Adventure of the Runaway Room.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident, "I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together."
Sorry, just the Japanese student part just kind of caught me off guard briefly there. Hello.
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
Okay, it's very weird
And look at all the steam
them having
locomotives.
British accents, considering they're Japanese.
This country is incredible.
I suppose I would have learnt more British English back then, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what kind of English they taught, but anyway. They're probably speaking in Japanese. Because it's just Susato and Naruhodo together.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay. And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
I'm getting a lot of Professor Layton vibes from this, I gotta be honest. Oh geez, okay. This reminds me of a place in Investigations, was it 2 or 1? I think it was 2, yeah, I think it's case 4. Yeah, no, it was in the last few cases of Investigations 2, actually. Yeah. Hold up, how's the audio? Let me check. This reminds me of a place in... Yep, this sounds fine to me. Alright. 18th of February, 9:21 a.m., British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's Office... Okay, cool, there we go. Hello. What an incredible place! It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There's some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course, but they've only been built in the few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? Far away from the wooden paper most of our buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar. But I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. I see gears, yeah. What's this place again? This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Naruhodo-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice! We had instructions to report here at this time if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. But Kazuma can't. No, so instead we are here in a different capacity. As envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yes. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So, we'd have to return to Japan. We want to remain here in Great Britain. I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer. Which is what I've been studying for. In Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why we're here. To have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way we'll be able to remain here in London. I hope I'm up to scratch. Good morning. Sorry, I don't know what they look like. Oh, shit.
Oh, good morning. Welcome.
Oh.
I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan.
You're in the box art, aren't you?
It seems I'm 1 hour. I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies.
Oh, no. Don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do.
How fortunate. So, introductions. I'm Miles Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire.
Oh, and I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Mr. Naruhodo, don't be a mouse. It's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan.
Whoa, Mr. Naruhodo. Welcome to London, capital of the glorious British Empire.
Yes, thank you. Okay. I swear if, Sholmes is just hiding around here somewhere. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior Kazuma? I'm sorry to tell you. Sorry to give you the news, but yes. Welcome, Cub. How are you doing tonight? Just look at all the naughty books packed together on these shelves. They go from floor to ceiling. And there are books that you couldn't hope to come by in Japan. It's like a dream. Yes, a very bad dream. They're not all about British law either. They're books about the judicial systems of other Western nations. France, Germany, Spain, Holland. What about Russia? Why do you ask? I was wondering about asking the Lord Chief how you just say... I was wondering about asking the Lord Chief Justice how you say wardrobe in Russian. What do you think? I think perhaps it's a thought best abandoned. Oh. Welcome to the chapter you're currently on. Oh, okay, so I'm catching up to you. Hey. Look at these menacing metal giants facing each other across the room. I believe they're suits of armor. Oh, right. I thought maybe they were like the lion dogs we have in Japan, guarding shrine gates. No, not at all. In fact, in Europe, suits of armor like these are always possessed by evil spirits, you know? I think you've been reading too much fiction, Sato-san. No, I'm not. Around in the middle of the night. Really? Is there nothing you don't know, Mr. Sato? Oh, they're speaking in English. This book tells me everything I need to know. About everything. If you're unsure, just ask. Where did you get that incredible time? This must be Lord Chief Justice's desk. I believe it's made of marble. It looks more like an over-the-top tombstone that's toppled over to me.
I think that's just a fanciful imagination working in Mr. Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo? Feels like everything that's normally made of wood and paper at home is made of bricks and stone here. I know. That's why this place feels so overbearing, I'm sure.
Check out the gears. The Xeno gears. The foreign gears. Haha. Get it?
Is this some kind of clock?
Actually, I think we might be inside some sort of giant clock. But those gears are larger than anything you find in any steam locomotive even. It's eerie. You think clocks are some sort of hobby of his? Lord Chief Justice, I mean. Well, boys do enjoy fiddling around with machines, don't they?
I'm not sure you could fiddle with cogs that side. I'm certain you couldn't call him a boy. Still, it's amazing how little noise those cogs make, considering how large they are. There's actually something quite soothing about their precise rhythm.
Anything else to inspect? Actually, I don't think there is. Get the feeling I've inspected everything, actually. Alright, let's converse. Well, first of all... Ooh! Oh, okay. We don't have our student badge anymore. I suppose that makes sense.
What's wrong? May I show you this?
To accept this item and issue a receipt. Examine it thoroughly and make a formal statement in my file. It will require something in the region of 24 seconds of my time.
Sorry.
Does the item warrant 24 seconds of my time, Mr. Naruhodo?
Let's leave it for now.
I mean, that probably took 24 seconds on its own. Alright, London.
So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London?
Oh, help! I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city.
It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh,
We had a wonderful view of some of London streets from the carriage on the way here to the station. Everything's so impressive and grand. I must say, I'm almost lost for words.
I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded.
Oh yes, astounded is the word.
Thanks for saving me there, Susato-san.
Everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor.
Yes, there's much excitement from the upcoming great exhibition we will be hosting here in London.
Great exhibition? Is that going to be the final chapter of this game?
Cultural and technological advancements from around the city, around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop.
Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be.
Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world.
Even if you say so yourself. Even if you do say so yourself.
The sun will never set on our grand empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun.
Welcome to the land of the British.
Lord Chief Justice, I think you were expecting a student of law for the study tour, weren't you?
Absolutely. A Mr. Kazuma Asogi, if memory serves.
That's right.
The British government has already been telegraphed for reporting this situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship for a border shore.
That's amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived.
My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours.
Give me one moment. God, I fucking hate not having a spare hand to get my headphones on. This is actually a nightmare. 1 sec. Don't remind you. You have to fucking... Hold on. Words aren't coming to me because I'm trying to say something else out. Oh boy. 1 moment. I can't get my headphones back on. No! Oh no! Oh, this is a nightmare. Oh, why did I take them off? Okay, hold on. Okay, they're back on. They're back on. Okay, we're good. You're gonna have to accept that he's dead, Curb. I'm sorry. God. That last chapter was really strong, though. Oh, thank you. I think I've read that. Anyway.
And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news.
Yes. We're here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person.
They told me you Japanese people have protocol and courtesy. I see that is true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means the study tour arrangement can no longer proceed.
If you'll just hear us out, Lord Strongheart.
What do you have to say, madame?
It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal.
Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo.
This is it then. The moment of truth.
Continuing the study tour.
The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart. I was wondering if you would perhaps consider allowing the study tour to go ahead.
Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead, but without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done.
Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean.
Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from the country, and that was Mr. Asogi. At least, that is what I've been led to understand.
Well, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man. Mr. Naruhodo, I could ruin here things if I can look over what I'm going to say. If there's someone else from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's... What do you mean?
How old is he? 52, I see. The Lord Chief Justice who wields absolute authority in judicial matters. He's including the appointment of lawyers. He's a thoroughly intimidating man.
It's me! It's me! I can do it.
Is that so?
I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but...
No qualification, you say? And yet you still claim to be a lawyer.
I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Kazuma to help me, and I was the accused. But glossing over the details... I've been spending every spare moment on the journey to Great Britain here studying. I've learnt all about British law and court proceedings while I was on board the SS Burdia.
The voyage from Japan is 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, but you must also complete several years at training.
I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Asogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance. That's all I'm asking. Please.
31 seconds.
Sorry.
Your brilliant statement there, Mr. Naruhodo, was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer.
Oh, thanks.
So, you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment.
Huh?
But let me ask you one thing first, sir.
Yes.
You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path?
Well, yes, that's my intention.
I see.
Am I imagining things? Or does his expression just alter a fraction there for a sudden? He is very good at observing things, hey? I didn't even notice that.
Very well. You will have your wish, I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely up to you.
Really? What's the test? So, what form will the test take exactly?
Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be?
Well, defending people, of course.
Well said. So, let's have you defend someone.
Huh?
Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an up to trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defense yet, so this will be welcome news.
Today? Straight away?
If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you have passed my test. What could be simpler?
How do I get myself into these situations?
Oh, could I ask, what sort of trial is it, Lord Strongheart?
Yes, good question. I remember. It's a murder trial.
A murder?
An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose.
That's easy to say.
But I should mention, just in case, if the defendant is found guilty, he will of course be sentenced to capital punishment.
Capital punishment? He'll be put to death?
Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably, you've read that much in your short sea-based introduction to British law.
You can't possibly agree to such a test. We'd be toying with a man's life.
I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable.
But you can't do that, can you?
There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose.
So the defendant may live or die, depending on how well I perform in court. If I lose, he'll be hanged.
Mr. Naruhodo, you've come claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen.
He's testing my resolve.
What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be?
What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? Does it even matter what I say? I'll do it. Alright then. If I have to give you a decision now, my answer is... I can't do it, I can't get the words out. Okay, I didn't figure the choice meant.
15 seconds. Your decision making needs work to be a lawyer. That was too slow. So, it's as I suspected, is it?
Sorry.
You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. The conversation is over.
Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance. Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry, Mr. Sato, but what could I do? It's alright, I understand. You do? None is in a situation to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, but resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it.
What are you trying to say, madam?
I think what Mr. Sato says means is no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivially would be utterly unforgivable, and I feel the exact same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer might fight for his clients in a court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand in dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice.
Wait, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, was there something else? How many seconds?
It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time.
But I just said that.
I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him.
What?
At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense, and if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. You will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass on.
But that's awful.
But that is the truth.
Why does it have to be like this?
Please don't expect an answer to every question. The cold hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you.
If I'm really his only hope?
So, what do you say now, madam?
Me? What do you mean, Miss Lord Strongheart?
You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, and I agree. But in my estimation, it's purely and simply a matter of resolve.
That's the second game.
Oh.
Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into our great city, enjoy yourselves.
He's gone.
The Old Bailey.
If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once.
Mrs. Sato, can I just ask you something?
Careful. From this position, I can perform suicide to take down an instant.
I know.
Mr. Naruhodo, you heard Mr.
Lord Strongheart? Okay, we need to go.
If I need to throw you, I will.
You know, you could just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom.
If you need to ask me anything, I'd better wait until we're at the Old Bailey.
Alright, I can't 100%.
Okay, no, it's the same. Exact dialogue. Gotcha. Let's head over there then. February, 9:45 a.m. The Old Bailey. Defendant's antechamber. All right. Give me a moment. Okay.
Oh, thank goodness, we're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins.
I never knew a horse could run so fast. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose. Oh, you really are not far behind me now. I've got to hurry, huh?
Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver. And there's a guinea in for a few. It's one of my favorite lines from the Sherlock Holmes stories. And worked quite perfectly.
I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege.
Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started.
Yes, I suppose there's that.
Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all.
So this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants is to wait in grand. Oh, to wait in is grand.
You're just right, Mr. Naruhodo.
I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. Okay. An oppressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed.
Yes, whoever the man you are to defend, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment.
Top of the morning to you, madam, sir. Oh, hello. What are yous doing for me here? Things are fair desperate, are they? Sorry.
Would you look at those expressionless faces? From the East, are yous? We're from Japan, yes. Ah, Japan, is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do yous need? No, we're just here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, not indeed. Barely a penny to your name. And one in a strange, faraway land. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. Tis grand, tis grand! Let me stop at giving you 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now. 1,000 guineas? Please, Mr. Sato, you don't have to shout. But 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo. What? Just nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I've enough wealth to buy the city of London or 2 or 3 times over. Could that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we can't possibly accept such a large sum of money. Ah! That hit me in the eye! Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving to you. Hang on, what kind of... I'm doing the wrong accent. What does a British accent sound like again? Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving to you, no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me. Oh. To be honest, it's a little embarrassing. The trial about to begin, you see, is for me good self here. I'll be in the dock. So now, what I want you to do is to come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now. Well, the thing is, don't worry about the thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me. Nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial's going to start without me having any kind of representation at all. So it was true. Lord Sheriff Justin wasn't making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial? Why, yes! I'm trying to figure out, like, what kind of voice fits this guy. Bluster and blazes! Do you not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names! No, sorry, we've only just arrived in the city, you see. I see. I suppose this isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park, then, the centre of London, is another beautiful park. Sorry, park what? It is called McGilded Park, full of blossoming flowers and the string and singing birds and whatnot. I donated it to the city, so I did. An entire park in central London? A city of smiles, that's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city and its queer old people. You reach a point, I think you will stop for the night. So I believe I'm safe. Cool, good to know. That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary. But now the goal to say the goal with the goal. Now they've the goal to say I'm a good for Newton criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. I don't know how to do accents. I'm so fucking sorry for whatever the fuck I'm doing right now. What is the matter with the London police, I ask ya? Alright, don't pass out. Mr. Naruhodo. Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves, while the gentleman catches his breath. Good idea. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best. What was I left at? What was I after saying, you daft idiot? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I? Oh yes, but I wasn't really often to just stand up there next to you. Oh, I think I see where this is going here. I know what you were thinking. This Chancellor of Affair can claim himself more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why in the place of cutting hire the first lawyer of all England? Because he did it, that's the only explanation. Well...
Huh. I don't think this... Not at all, I guess. Not at all. Although, it is a little strange, to be honest. Why you don't have a lawyer, I mean? That would be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry, did you just say Reaper? Aye, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Baroque von Zeeks. He's the prosecutor. The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper? Oh, I see. When Von Zeek stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. What? So to reach this situation. But there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fella at all. You can say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey. Goodness, Lord Baroque von Zeeks must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed. Cursed? Cursed? What on earth? The defendant is summoned, and his counsel! Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial's about to begin. His counsel, that'd be me. Oh, this time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Until you showed your face here, I made up my mind, so I had. Sorry. I decided I'd have to defend myself in there. How would that have worked? But then you made an appearance as student of law, wouldn't you know? There's no accident, I can assure you that. Just fate. So don't get full of feet now, please. Okay. I literally know nothing about the case, or about this man who stands as accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. We don't know if he is actually a criminal or not, though. Interesting start to a case. Mr. Naruhodo. The man has no one. You have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that cousin would never allow to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. I'll be right there. It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Cosima. Because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this. Oh god. Let's get started, shall we? Alright. The flames are just PNGs. The flames are just fucking PNGs. Look at that. Sorry, not PNGs, they are GIFs. I'm pretty sure they're just fucking GIFs. It's always interesting to see what is 3D in these games and what is 2D. You know, and interesting to observe that stuff. Alright. Oh, there's a jury, that's right! I remember that being a thing from the old Japanese trailers. It's been fucking ages since I watched those. So this is the highest court in Great Britain, the Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different to the Supreme Court in Japan. It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, what? Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again. I know, but I just can't help it. Hello? Oh my god, okay. Hello, Mr. Judge.
In
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus Gilded. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense declare the willingness to proceed.
The prosecution is fully prepared.
That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does fully prepared to dispatch his next victim to the underworld. He's like a vampire.
Counsel for the
Does someone want to tell the judge what?
counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English?
Alright, one moment. I need to adjust my chair. Okay. This is not a very good position for me, personally speaking, but... Oh god, okay. Well... Oh, he mentioned the Queen. Oh, I see. Right, yeah, that did just happen, huh?
Do you speak English?
Huh? Oh, yes, of course, sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. I couldn't be further from ready if I tried.
Those eyes, please. Nipponese.
What does that mean? Okay.
They shroud you from fear and doubt your trepidation. They run wide, cling to some phantom illusion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial man.
I'm excited for Van Six. A cold shiver just ran down my spine all the way to the tips of my shoulders.
Now, Mr. McGilded. Yes, my lord. You stand accused of murder, capital offense. You think you could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner? As I've always said, my lord, it is a grand thing to give opportunities to the young, even if the fellow is from some little island off in the far east. Is it not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance? I'd like to think.
I can't speak this. I can't fucking voice this. I'm so sorry.
That acts of chivalry to the great British Empire proud.
What a fine gentleman London has in him. £5,000 to the government the other day. Mother, please, may we go play Mosquito Blow? It seems that everyone in the public gallery sometimes that's definitely welcome news, and it certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him.
Eloquently put, Mr. Gilded, and most laudable sentiments. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I hardly remind that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality.
Are you ready to proceed? Why does he have a fucking knife in his flipping hand? There are no frames of animation when he fucking closes his hand. It just fucking pops back to frame 1.
Yes, my lord! If the justice sends roses to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready.
As the man of his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish properly, naturally, I agree.
Any criminals here should be wishing they'd never set their eyes on me.
He has a fucking magnet for a mustache.
I feel a chill.
I can't do unique voices for all these characters.
Oh no, don't mind me, my dears. I'm just getting my anointing. Must finish these minutes for my grandson.
Granny is the best character.
Mr. Naruhodo, those people are...
The jury, yes. That's something we don't have in Japan yet. That's right. If only I've read about it. But here in the Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinion of the 6 jurors. The judge passes the sentence according to the law, but the jurors determine the guilt based on common sense. So the defendants ultimately judge from 2 completely different points of view. But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict? That I don't know, but I'm sure it'll become clear as the trial progresses. Yes.
Prosecutor Van 6.
My lord.
It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you'd renounce your fame.
I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity.
So, what brings you back? Is there some change of circumstance in which of course should be aware?
I'm trying to get a screenshot for a thumbnail. It's not obvious. There we go. There we go. Okay, there's a few good screenshots. I can probably choose one.
I leave you that to your imagination.
Actually, is he in the court record? He is. 48, okay. 32. Prosecutor known as the Reaper of the Bailey. Supposedly the souls of those he prosecutes are eternally damned one way or another. Okay. So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years. Why did you have to choose today of all days to make him back? Don't lose heart, Mr. Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo? Damn, he's 32. He does not look 32. He looks much older. But yeah, he's 32 apparently.
As you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return. Now then, organizations, I think. A summary of the case, if you please.
Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity.
You must be the only ones here who aren't aware.
The incident took place in 3 days past. The hour was some minutes out. The victim was a maker of building bricks known in the community as the Thrice Fired Mason.
Sorry, thrice?
He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks were fired. He fired was almost indestructible.
Oh, interesting.
The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus service on the street of London. A dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Here is not the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at the Scotland Yard.
Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that and the photograph as evidence.
Okay.
And what further item of evidence? The prosecution wishes to submit these as well.
And these are... Good lord! Is that blood, counsel?
Yes, my lord. It is by policemen who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested.
What? Mr. McGilded's gloves had blood on them?
Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well.
How did I get into this? I'm backed into a corner before I've even started.
Continue. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside his vehicle at the time.
Only 2?
Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased master, making Mr. Mason. The other was the accused of McGilder.
Well, rather damning circumstances, to say the least. Defendant, what say you? Well, of course, I have no recollection of such a thing.
Mr. McGilded!
To be sure, I read the omnibus that evening, but whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce sadness and I must succumb to it. Are you willing me to have been asleep? Just the motion of the carriage, my lord. Literally, little details, and winning of my head again. It was a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I'd never laid eyes on before me in my life. Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to the fellow that invented this from the start? I wasn't about to start worrying about meat gloves now, was I? I reached it out to give him a man. Yeah.
So the blood got into the gloves then, after the man had been killed.
Unfortunately, that statement of the drivers is only the beginning.
What? That's not all of it?
There were multiple witnesses.
Huh, I see.
To the precise moment at which the brickmaster was fatally stabbed.
Order, order, order.
When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage. And there were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail in the coffin for the accused.
Thank you, counsel. The circumstances of this crime have been made quite clear. I think we will hear testimony from these witnesses first of all.
Your wish is my command. Bailiff, please bring in some witnesses at once.
Oh, right. We have to do all of them at the same time. That's right.
Witnesses, your names and occupations.
My name is, well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus at the Far East End.
Bruce Fairplay. I'm a banker in the city.
My name's First. Lady First.
Ladies first? Wait, hang on. What were their names? Beppo? I don't know. Bruce Fairplay. Bruce Fairplay? I'm not sure I understand that one. It's Waluigi? Oh my fucking god! It fucking is, holy shit. Thrice fired Mason.
Make hats for chance.
Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present at the stand were in an omnibus and witnessed the aforementioned incident. Is that correct?
Yes, sir!
Quite right.
Yes, sir. That's right, sir.
That's right, sir!
Very well then.
Full testimonies. You will tell the court precisely what you saw. Oh my god, that's fancy. That's a new animation. That was different to the first chapter, wasn't it? What the witnesses saw.
It was the last bus of the evening. I don't think that's very well.
The victim and the man accused of killing were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his gut.
That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed at it, I couldn't help it.
As soon as I had to scream, I stopped my bus. And then I saw it too.
Unambiguous testimony, I must say. Should probably check the thing. Let's see. Stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife while stoning on the other side and hemorrhaging. Okay. As a result of the trauma. Okay.
This is definitely blood, isn't it? Not the most pleasant sight to be confronted with on our first day in London.
Oh, nothing will go on currently now.
No, by the way, I'm Mr. McGill right-handed.
Yes, I believe so. Yes, same with the corner. It's right-handed earlier.
Ah, pity. I've only been left-handed.
Think what me, the glove would have been fairly incriminating. Really.
Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident at the omnibus with their own eyes.
Wait, can I actually examine the... Oh, I can. I didn't realize I could examine this. It says also, yeah. Kazuma.
The lawyer's name is embroidered on the inside here. Look. Kazuma Asogi. This was his band, of course.
He had his heart set on his study tour in Great Britain.
I'm sure he would have found the truth he longed for here. But he has lost his life before he even had the chance to see the place.
There's such a strong sense of hope. Of dreams when they see the sunband, though.
These are the scales adjustment. They're a symbol of defense, aren't they?
Yes, that's right. This gives a symbol of fairness, to show that all are treated equally in the eyes of the law. And no warning to those who enter the courtroom without an impartial mind.
But if they're the mark of the defense, it would be more auspicious if they were weighing more heavily on the not guilty sound, I believe.
Very impartial, I'm sure.
I'd like to ask a question if I may.
Yes, counsel?
Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
Why not?
Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it?
It has been clearly said from the outset, yes.
Well, in that case, how could those two witnesses have possibly seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage.
I guess that's a...
How quaint. I read that civilization in the Eastern nations was a good century behind our own. But you're in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses?
Huh?
Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you even traveled in an omnibus?
Well, no. We only arrived in London this morning.
No matter. I've arranged for us all to see ourselves, the actual scene of the crime, that is.
What do you mean? The actual scene? How?
The carriage is just designed to be moved, presumably you understand that much.
Yes.
The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today, in this very building.
Here? What? The entire carriage?
Does Naruhodo have something on his, like, middle finger? Like a ring or something?
Bailiff, bring forth the stricken omnibus.
Oh, okay.
That's an omnibus. The omnibus. I can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing.
As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers. 4 passengers seated inside the enclosed cabin, and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city architecture inside are to be had from the top of an omnibus. And I should point out to our following guests that there is a skylight in the view of the interior from the seats above.
Ah, a skylight. Oh!
The penny drops at last, I see. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats in the middle of the place. That is how they came to witness the scene, through the skylight.
Ah, that makes perfect sense.
Well, counsel, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced a crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom. There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish.
His hair's falling off, I see.
Very well. I see no reason why not. This omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence.
Alright, let's investigate this.
I can't believe it. The entire crime scene entered as evidence.
Yes, that's what it is. Simply is probably. I think this is odd. I can just fucking examine the entire thing, huh? This is
gonna open the door. Well, let's open the door. The scene of a murder. It's horrible. Ah, that's a poster for the great exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower, the centerpiece of the whole exposition. Oh, the Crystal Tower, it's under construction already, I believe. People all over must be fizzing with excitement at the prospect of the center of a grand event. Okay, it doesn't actually give me a check mark for when I've examined it. It's quite a large skylight, isn't it? Yes, quite large enough to look forward to a good view from the rooftop. And there doesn't be a handle, latch, or catch of any description. I suppose it can't be opened from inside the cabin, at least. Ah, that's a poster for grey. Okay, that's the Crystal Tower. It looks a lot like the. Yeah, okay. This seat looks recently soft, but it's actually right. You can look at the back of the omnibus when you can for something fun. We'll do. Looks recently soft, but it's actually rather hard when you sit on it. It's only wide enough for 2 gentlemen to sit side by side, really. Of course, an English gentlewoman would be dressed in such finery. It would be quite impossible for her to climb up to the roof deck, so we'd have to be seated in here. A woman in a kimono would have the same problem. Women's clothes are very impractical, aren't they? Think about this. This is a handle, it seems. Oh, someone could absolutely fit in here. This looks like all sorts of equipment that might be needed to keep the omnibus running. Feeding tubs, repair vehicles, wheels, blankets, horseshoeing shoes, tools. Such a storage compartment for the coachman to keep things distinct, it seems. There doesn't seem to be any more space for passengers to store their luggage, that's for sure. Well, I don't imagine it would be very convenient for that purpose anyway. Interesting. Nothing here, though. Now the blood stain. That's blood that's soaked into the seat. The victims, obviously. I mean, you never know. Yes, and that's even clearly visible from the roof deck. Would you really stab someone in full view of the other passengers like that, I wonder? It was after dark. There was a lamp on in here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight. Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack.
No way! Oh, that. What the fuck does that mean for continuity? What the fuck? What? How does that work? I wonder if that was in the original as like specifically Phoenix Wright. I don't know. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So through the windows I would have been able to see quite clearly. That's not good for us. There's an omnibus all along. So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. Oh, you must have a wonderful view of London Street from up here. So people sit all the way up here on the bitter winter nights, with the cold air rushing past them. And they have to pay money to do so. Yeah, I can't imagine how cold it must feel. That just made me think of something horrible. Can you imagine being dragged around the city in the freezing cold as punishment? Perhaps that is the real price you pay to stay out late. Aw. I wonder what else there is to examine. Can I examine underneath? No, not really. I honestly don't know if there's anything else to examine here. I think that would be probably about it. Alright. I could help myself a lot by giving them a thorough examination, seeing as I've already done that. Hold up. One moment. I'm just feeling really bad tonight for some reason. Oh, let me grab this. See how I go with it. Okay.
Let us continue with the proceedings then. Your cross-examination, counsel.
Pray don't expect this Nipponese stray to understand the intricacies of a British court's cross-examination rights.
Alright, my first cross-examination in a British court. Focus, Ryunosuke, focus! Oh, there we go. What the witnesses saw. Okay. How many? Hold it! He says hold it now! Instead of yes! Holy shit! Let's go! Yes, I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it? Oh yes, that's right, sir. Yes, freezing in fact. Excuse me! No, I didn't mean to do that. Oh shit, I didn't realize. Mr. Firth! Oh, how can I help you, sir? The last statement. Did it trouble you in some way? I forgot I can do this. No, I didn't mean to do that. Anything. He's troubling me with that hat of his. He's greased his head. Oh dear, sir. I hope my hat's not troubling you, sir. Okay. Mr. Naruto, in the window since he was going through your mind. You know, I must be more careful. Wish it was that simple. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. At least it didn't take away any points. It's just pressing effectively. Hold it! Yes, I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it? Right, so yes, it was cold, sir. Freezing, in fact. And there were 4 passengers aboard at the time. Is that correct? Okay. I'm traveling on the same bus, and will the other people... None like that. You're quite with them. No person like that, sir. None. So nobody fled the scene of the crime then? I have to say, the bus insists on running details every evening, that last bus of the day. But I do wonder sometimes it's altogether worthwhile. Yes, sorry to say. What do you mean by that? Well, what with it being so cold and everything, they're only making 20 pence on the run, you see. Oh. Yes, I spent that much at the pub on the way home just trying to warm up again.
The victim and the man accused of killing him were next to each other inside the bus.
Hold it! And you saw them through the skylight of the roof in the carriage.
That's right, when you sit up on the top deck, the window's right there at your feet. There was a lamp on inside, so I had a pretty good view. The 2 of them were wearing hats, I couldn't exactly make out their faces. But there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that it was Mr. McGilden.
How can you be so sure?
Well, how can I put it politely? McGilden is a gentleman of rather small stature. Could have mistaken him for anyone else. Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilden. There's no room for doubt here.
I really wish there was.
Then out of the blue, the accused just rushed over and plunged a knife into his guts.
Hold it! You actually saw the exact moment it happened.
Didn't I already testify to that? Or if our fair dinkum hard work in the city bank is not considered trustworthy these days.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that. It's no good. I've really got his back up. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail of that.
My lord. German 3, what's the meaning of this? My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up.
Made up about what?
Don't like the stinking rich. Never have. They always rich to something or other that they shouldn't be. Every one of them.
Oh god.
And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me.
Oh shit. Oh shit, if I take too long.
There's no point in listening to more of this. That's my opinion on the matter anyway.
That's precisely what I was about to say. Oh no. As the foreman of the Jews mentioned, oh god.
What's happening here? Let me see. Oh yes, it seems that's how the men of the jury give their verdicts. With fire? Apparently, yes. White for innocent and black for guilty. 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case. One by one, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice as we saw a moment ago. So there's enormous veils go completely black side. Does that mean? It's our very best to make sure that doesn't happen. Now I'm even more worried than I was before.
Very well. The court acknowledges a change in the jury's stance. Counsel for the defense, please continue with the cross-examination.
This is a nightmare.
Okay. Well, this is interesting. So I need to be careful with what I use. Okay, I'm curious about this.
You actually saw the exact moment it happened.
Didn't I already testify that? Well, you fair dinkum, hard-working sing banker is not considered trustworthy these days.
Wait, I already did this, right?
Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail, if you don't mind.
Young man estimate.
Yes.
It works. It almost works as seemingly as a punishment of sorts for pressing too much. I'm gonna save.
Hold it!
You screamed. I couldn't.
He stabbed him, you say, and you were sitting up on the deck, were you?
Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats. I remember seeing the little gent sitting to the fellow next to stab. Okay. I'd be thinking about when you had design, you see, so I was just getting absentmindedly around. But then, I happened to look down through the skylight. It was sticking right out of that huge great knife.
A grim sight indeed.
Ah, that didn't help me at all. You look like they're even more convinced by my client did it than they were before.
Even then, everyone more dubious than the security is telling the truth. I've only read some evidence to counter their suspicions.
Mr. First,
It's just you, sir.
is this the knife you saw?
Oh, good grief, yes, that's it. That's the very one, sir. Is that...
Yes, counsel. This is the blade that was driven through the victim like a stake through the heart.
That is a blade of considerable size, counsel.
It is, and furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial. The letter M, which seems oddly familiar.
Please, no.
M for Magnus, perhaps. McGilded, possibly. Take your pick. It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent...
Objection!
But there are M's everywhere. Yes! Like in Mason.
Objection!
This blade is far too extravagant for poor Brickmaster. No, this weapon of murder so almost certainly belongs to the accused. Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, counsel.
Very interesting. My lord, if you'll forgive me the interruption. Oh god. I've taken too much time, I guess.
A gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. However, those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. Wait, what are you about to do? Dispose of the rubbish! Ah! Okay. Oh shit. No!
I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime.
Oh jeez.
I painstakingly typed every word out to you and cross-reference all the facts. As such, I'm now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion.
Oh jeez, well that means I basically lose. There's no way I can have it balance out. Not again.
That's 4 out of 6 jury members have proposed a guilty verdict. There are only 2 left.
We've had it. Every time I press these witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse.
Nevertheless, what we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark.
I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly.
Let's look at that one on the shows and then goes away to fight back.
But... Alright, I'll keep trying. I can't give up. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again. Hold it! What exactly did you see?
Oh, well, sir, that would be passenger, sir. Collapsed on the floor he was.
And by the passenger, obviously, you're referring to the victims, Mason Brickmaster.
And the person in the knife hand. Like this.
The other passenger, obviously, you are referring to the accused.
And then you plunge it down like this.
Uh-huh.
What?
My lord, I wish to speak.
Oh god. Oh no. Oh god. Okay.
As the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of a murder criminal case is utterly abhorrent to me.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. What does this do? This is not good for me.
But I've had enough now. The horse is bolted, as they say.
No. Please, keep an open mind a little longer.
Get up now, Silverblaze. The finish is in sight.
Whoa, fuck.
Pepper was a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man says.
Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind, sir.
This is too unkind, sir.
Which now means that 5 jurors agreed to condemn this man. Madam Juror number 6.
Yes, dear. What can I do for you?
You have heard the testimony of the witnesses in the stand.
Oh, yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know.
Then, pray tell, why are you to pronounce your leaning?
Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park at around this time of day and sit on a nice bench with my knitting. There's a lovely little park near where I live. McGilded Park, it's called. A gentleman donated to the city, you know, to put a smile on London's face, as he said. I can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life. He's always doing something. Surely.
Okay. Interesting.
How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know? What kind of a man Magnus McGilded really is?
What kind of man is he?
The philanthropist Magnus McGilded. Has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one of the very darkest of souls.
Dark Souls? You got shown by Granny Von Zieks. What?
Stone the crows!
McGilded lends money at an extortionate rate of interest whose victims have no hope of repaying. When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak.
I've never heard any mention of that before.
Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So this thought has not crossed your mind. Would a man wealthy enough to buy London and Centauri not have a carriage of his own? What possible reason could this man have had to make use of a public omnibus service?
You're not saying that.
The victim, the poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name, save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGill. But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed, was the final repayment day for that.
Good gracious!
The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house, had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing owned taken from him, his life. By the merciless Fenwick pretend Magnus McGill.
I don't believe it.
Hold it!
Can I add something briefly?
Mr. Sato.
You claim that the victim had been lent money by the Mason who killed it. What's evidence to support your claim?
Pray, forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in a court of law.
Ah, there it is! Lord Van Ziek's hallowed chalice!
How can this be considered acceptable?
But I find myself in an unexpectedly good humor. I'd heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but didn't expect this experience it myself.
That's useless. I'm simply doing my job.
What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is a debtor's ledger, which details all money loaned by the accused. You'll find the victim's name clearly recorded inside.
Oh.
Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time.
A marvelous toast, Council! The publishers of the hit Nintendo Switch game Demon X Machina later ported to Switch, except this time with a double L. I would gladly accept this new evidence.
Then his ledgers have been entered in the court record.
Ah, yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum.
And the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense.
Well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eyes.
Regrettably, madam, that is the modus operandi of the accused.
And it's such a pretty little park too. What's a scoundrel?
Oh god.
Still, maybe it's all for the best.
Wait a minute. Let's think about this a little more before.
I don't stand for nonsense!
Oh shit. How do they have the pyrotechnics for that? That was it. The last year's decision.
According to this Encyclopedia of British Law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here.
The final verdict. It's over then.
Oh! There's a footnote, though.
A footnote.
However, the defense.
All sections are in agreement in the case.
Allow me to convey my respect for swift and righteous decision.
According to the law, Judge, I will conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections.
Mrs. Sato, just tell me one thing.
Oh, yes?
You were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law. However, the defense... What did it say next?
Oh, yes. Of course. 1 moment. Members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty. Court proceedings.
Okay, hurry up.
On the final verdict and sentence. Then the footnote says, however, the defense. has the right to demand a summation exam of the jurors at this point. Summation examination?
Objection!
A summation examination. From which century has that tome there been resurrected? Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text in British law wouldn't even give such antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic long forgotten, and certainly no longer practiced. So you're out of luck.
Oh? What even is it, Mr. Sato? The so-called summation examination. Oh, one moment. I'll read about it.
You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails. Typical Nipponese.
Alright, Mr. Naruto, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure, we'd be able to appeal the members of the jury to the members of the jury. To do what exactly? Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decisions. And it says here that, if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Make them reverse their decisions.
Yeah, sometimes gone by, barristers would use a summation exam to attempt to influence a jury's decision. But the procedure became something of a formality, no practical benefit, really, but rather fell out of use.
I wonder why.
Because it was devoid of purpose. Changing one's members of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try in this day and age.
Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that, although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? A summation examination. Our last possible option. Do we assert our right to carry it out or admit defeat?
I mean, why would you even give me a choice here?
Defense wishes to assert its right in the summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of the judicial procedure. Summation examination of embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection! But it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial.
The defense's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination.
This is madness.
Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? Well, I'm not. There's no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so all members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds I've reached a decision. What grounds? You must all justify it and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot.
This was irregular. No mention of this was made before.
I don't really hold any with it, just sign lock.
That seems to have thrown the jurors off. It seems none of them have experienced this before. Alright then, the summation examination. A defense procedure no practicing lawyers attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe. It might be the opportunity we've been looking for. Turn this trial around.
So be it then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Court hereby calls upon you to state on which grounds.
Okay. Cool. Judicial findings. I was looking at another context.
There was no one else in the carriage at the time, so it had to have been.
I trust the driver. He's excellent knowledge, it seems. 4 passengers, with fares totaling 20 pence.
Man just stabbed thin air.
He stuck the chat next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen.
I've simply typed and collected all the statement made thus far, just to draw a logical conclusion.
You can trust the guild of fair fares is our motto.
We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years.
Oh, I got it. I found it. There's a 5th passenger.
Makes believe.
I found a contradiction between those guys. I'm starting to wish and push for this now.
Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they?
Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these people to change their mind. These 6 people to change their minds. Okay. I have to throw everything I can at them and use some very persuasive language.
Just a moment, Miss Naruhodo. According to my book, that's not quite how it works.
I thought I was going to have to thought that item with heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant.
Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says.
But then...
They've reached the conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become.
The more on earth I'm supposed to do.
Oh dear, I'm just citing what I've read about British law, Miss Naruhodo.
Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work then?
Well, from what I understand, the key to this procedure is the jurors' own words to make their arguments.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Well, the 6 members of the jury are random selections of members of the public. They may appear present on the right front, but the truth is, they're complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together.
And that's the way to break them down, you mean?
Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements.
I already found it, don't worry.
If we can, then we can contrast the statements and put the corresponding jurors against each other.
I see, so it's contradicting what 2 or more jurors say they were looking for. In a way, then, this is similar to regular cross-examination.
Oh, yes, I suppose you're right.
Find contradictions in their statement and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. Alright, I might be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. I have to pull this off.
Can we start proceedings, counsel? I would ask you to take the stand. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal.
Yes, my lord. The defense's rebuttal. Here we go. Hit. Objection! These two statements clearly contradict each other.
You do. Explain yourself, counsel.
Me? Oh dear, what have I said?
I swear to Silverblade's name, and main and name, I haven't the faintest idea what it was.
According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there are 4 passengers on the omnibus in the night in question. The animation is so fucking detailed, hey. This is really cool. And according to the coachman, Mr. Pepper, who took 20 pence in fares.
Quite right, I have the precise details technically in front of me.
And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence.
That it is, a fair and convenient single price, just the way London's carriages should be offered.
But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leads to glaring discrepancy in the facts.
Why, man, why?
4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you did the multiplication,
It would be 16 pence.
exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely 1 person's fare.
1 person's fare?
Yes, in other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible. There was another passenger we've heard nothing about.
Good gracious!
This can't be right. Can't be right. Look at me, good, honest, wonderful. That's my watchword.
Figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up.
The watchword, good sir, it's a fallacy. I beg your pardon? Holy shit, the music. Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if the trust trial were to end now, the news will certainly spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he let the nefarious character light in his omnibus.
Alright then, how do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end?
Holy shit, the music.
According to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire into the incident side instead of scales.
Now hold your horses there, coachman. We're all in agreement. Why do you have to go in? Wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo!
Holy shit. Oh, this is all very irritating. Begging your pardon, sir. I'm going to do the same. Oh-ho. Oh-ho! For the love of Mike, not as you as well. A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters. Really? I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo, you did it. If we can manage to tame Shimojura's minds, we can force the trial to continue. 2 more, actually. There is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. There's one issue for Chris. So you put 2 more jurors against each other to show there's another contradiction in their assertions. Okay, there was only one I noticed off the top of my mind. So let's do this next bit. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Exactly. You can do it.
Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavy on the side of the guild. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination.
Wait, hold on. Adjusting my sling. Give me a sec. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Chat next to him just like this. Logical conclusions. On the floor. Is that what I'm trying to pick up on there? No one else, you say? Oh god, this music's really good. Holy shit. I'm guessing it's these.
Objection!
Yeah, okay. Those 2 statements are completely contradictory.
What? Explain, Counsel Perseus. Oh dearie me, I was only knitting a jumper for my other half. What is all this claptrap? What is contradiction even me, I ask you?
We've heard from more than one witness that they all allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3.
What? Can you see that I'm busy here?
How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it?
Ha! Want me to test me, do you? Like this. It's like the fellow neck without even getting up. Just run back yourself.
Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony, quite true. Now then, juror number 6.
Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man?
How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madame?
Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so.
Now don't move. Take a look at these 2 jurors. He stuck the fellow without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor.
Well, I never there. This stabbing in totally different direction.
What?
Bless my stitches, what a muddle!
What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth.
Oh! But why? Why the dickens would they lie?
Why the dickens? Oh, that was not what I meant to press. There we go. I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never even know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience?
Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I gotta buy people telling me lies.
Let's go! The scales! I don't believe it.
What? No, I hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's clearly some devious eavesdropping sorcerer using magic or something.
If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this?
Answer me, Dark Jinx.
Huh? Me?
What exactly is the problem? What recollection? What of it? Let's say, the Shylock did stab the victim as he was stabbed neck and the this. This young lady saw him do it.
And now let's say this victim collapsed on the floor, and then the Shylock stabbed him again.
Well, what is it didn't happen like that?
Who are you calling dandy, sir? Why I should take this knife to you? Who are you calling old? Why I should take this needle to you? They're ready to kill each other now. But could the foreman or the jury be right? Did the two witnesses see two different moments of the same crime? I think it's out of the question because of the autopsy report. Stabbing the abdomen with a knife journeying on the yeah.
Stab once. No. Yeah, it's absolutely, it's out of the question.
Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman.
What is it, you Dark Jinx? Come on, out with it.
What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question.
What? What are you talking about, man? How could you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. So where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. I said the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If that's out of the question, show me some proof.
It looks like the only way I'm going to convince them is to present with something he can't dismiss. Something irrefutable hard evidence. As you wish.
What?
I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime, as proven by the autopsy report. This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen only once.
Huh? Only once?
It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely one time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen two different times.
Alright, I can see defeat.
Let's go! I like this. I am a little concerned that this could potentially pad out, perhaps, the trials, but I'm curious how they'll handle it in terms of pacing, right? 4 jurors are now leading to not guilty.
We've done it, Mr. Naruhodo. With 1.
What are you playing at, you dandy fool?
Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me.
But we had a consensus.
I said set your trap. I know a lie when I see one. If the chap ever does crush the threshold of my shop, I'll take his razor sharp blade and shave every last hair. Please tell me he's a barber.
Well, in quite a remarkable turn of events, the defense's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty.
Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate. The trial must continue.
I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witness to return to their places. And I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. So, Lord Von Zeeks, contribute to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you will.
Man, I'm just tired of this. I want to get out of here.
Didn't even drink. Oh, fuck!
Having saved the rich aroma of the calming content of this hallowed chalice, it may seem crass to crush at the dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy.
Lord Von Zeeks! Is it cold in here, or is it just me?
As your antiquated term no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during the summation examination. So I honored a deathly silence and listened to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. Well, no matter. There's nothing too hard to prove a self-evident truth, it would seem. No, and why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? So, let's proceed to the next round of battle.
Holy shit.
Bring forth the witnesses once more. Witnesses!
Oh jeez, okay.
Trust you heard the summation examination we've just heard had to endure.
Oh, yes, sir. That I did, sir.
Do I recognize this motif at all? I don't know.
Of course I heard it!
Oh, yes, sir. I heard it.
You're, sir, the coachman. I believe it's Beppo.
Yes, sir, my lord, sir.
If it inquires about your previous testimony,
You were attempting to veil the presence of a fifth passenger on the omnibus. You'll be found guilty of perjury. You advise to bear that in mind, sir.
Oh, mio Dio.
Now then, witnesses are hereby called on you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summation examination.
Okay. Various misgivings.
I only care for a passenger, I swear it. But,
well, everyone was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus.
I thought it on the fare he did, and then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much.
I tell you, I saw Miss McGill stabbing him. Everything that I said before stands.
Oh, yes, she stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so, yes.
Oh, I see.
Counsel, make sense of this with me, please.
The phantom fifth passenger constituted by the phantom fifth passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little cousinage.
Beppo, explain yourself!
I'm terribly good, master.
Oh, his eyes, okay.
Because problems across the board, you know that. Am I to understand you've been overcharging us by a Freddy affair?
It's so good, and the last one of the days was half empty.
You have been dishonest, coachman.
I'm sorry.
You're a disgrace, Beppo, a disgrace! Mr. Fenton brought dishonor to the entire guild.
If I may, sir, I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last week.
What?
4 passenger, 5 pence each is yes, 20 pence. I'm the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the rules look that different.
Look at that. Figures. The puns.
Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So counsel for the defense. In cross-examination, if you please.
We've already had the pleasure of protracted summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games.
Absolutely. So 5 pence for the bus. It's all too much. I tell you, this one is everything I said before. I'm wondering, what do I need to press? Do I need to press something here? Probably save, actually. Because the concern I have is that the jury are going to change again, and I don't know how that works. If it's a scripted event, because I feel like that first one was scripted, considering, you know, it's the tutorial, effectively, for the whole thing. But 5 pence for the bus. Gilded stabbing the man. Everything I said before stands.
what happens if I do this? Not long ago, this trial very nearly came to an end. Somehow we've managed to keep our chances alive here. I can't let this waste this crossing limit. I have to use it to bring some new facts to light. Which means I should press, yeah. Then just that the jury will end up believing something unhelpful as they did before. Yeah. You can't let the fear of that happening stop us from recovering important new information. Yeah. So there's actually a punishment for overpressing, effectively. Reacting in a strange way. Okay, so I think I gotta press one of the last two statements. I don't know which one though. I'm gonna press this one. Hold it! I feel like this is gonna get more reactionaries out of the other one. She saw the defendant, Mr. McGill, stabbing the victim, Mr. Mason, who's sitting next to him.
That's what I said, isn't it?
What was bothering me before this was, for just a brief moment, he hesitated before answering the question.
Anyway, there was only 2 of them inside the carriage with her. There's been much talk of a 5th passenger, but as yet, 0 evidence. Then what are we wasting all this time for, eh? Black and white, the man's guilty.
Charles, we should work out what it was. Hold it! This one then. Earlier, you testified that you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you?
Oh yes, that's right.
So the victim was on the floor and described the assailant holding the knife in an ice pick grip.
I suppose. You know, yes. It's a cart before the horse, maybe.
What's this?
Well, I'm quite sure about most of it. I was driving the horse when I heard it from the seats of the roof deck. I expect that was me, sir. When I turned around, yes, I saw it through the skylight. Emerald on the floor, and a knife was sticking up out of it midriff. That's right, yes. And the fellow holding the handle was the famous man. Yes.
So, in short, you didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all?
I really thought I did, but when I go over it again in my head, no, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment of the stabbing, did I?
Truth!
Excuse me! Here it is. Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay?
Now you listen to me.
Oh, it's got a Wario mustache now. It's a fucking W.
I know what you're thinking.
You don't really see the exact moment of stab. What are the chances of that? Eh? Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. I might be able to extract some new information from him if I ask him cleverly. Could you just happen to see the exact moment the crime was committed? No chance. Well, it's a little hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight on the top of an omnibus, that is. Peeping? I'm very respectful sitting back. I feel know. I know what I saw. I remember this clear Ballarat day. It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you. Thank you, Mr. Fairplay.
Thank you, Mr. Fairplay.
Oh, excuse me, I was getting hot in the corner, my lord.
Well, that's just one minute testimony. What's a clear statement? What exactly you said?
Oh, I can do that all right.
I'll tell you just how grim it was. You think I'd forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands after the bitches stabbed the man?
I'm supposed to present the gloves here, I think. It's not really soaked.
Objection!
Yeah.
Blood-soaked hands?
What? Admit soaked, that may be lying in a little thick, but... Anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it.
Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's more than a little peculiar.
What?
Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded, on the night in question.
Oh, yes, right.
And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark-colored stain there. But, as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right-hand glove.
Ah!
Well, holy shit, he's eating his staff. In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent.
But, no, that can't be right.
There's a lie here then. That's right, you're quite clear about it. You said rose in both hands.
Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, it calls your entire testimony in question. You say you saw the moment when the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth?
Objection!
It was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. Yes, it wasn't both hands, it was only one, but the fact remains. The victim's blood was on the
Objection!
No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated that he saw blood all over both hands, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court.
Why? I'm a St. Bacchus, for pity's sake. Pity's sake. My word should be the gold standard. I'm a gentleman, not some gutsman.
Okay. He's claiming to have no reason to lie. Was that really the case?
Mr. Naruhodo, we've got some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying. We could turn the tide in this trial completely.
Honest testament. Ooh, wait. I haven't actually read through the debtor's ledger. This portfolio must contain all sorts of secrets to London gentry. Yeah.
Oh dear, you really think we ought to look inside?
Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, is it? Apart from our great detective friend, perhaps. Actually, I wonder.
I assure you, we'll not find Mr. Shaw's name inside.
Well, let's see what we find. Fairplay's got to be in here.
Gosh, you're scrambling for the gentlemen's names, isn't it?
Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off.
Ah, goodness.
What is it?
Look at this. Do you see this name here?
Bruce Fairplay. Should that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar, actually.
Bruce Fairplay, the witness testifying in this very moment.
Oh yes, of course, the banker. Why is his name in here? Ah, he borrowed 20 guineas, did he? And look, the repayment is fast approaching.
It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course. But this could be very useful information.
Mm-hmm.
I have evidence.
My lord!
Yes, counsel. The defense is ready to present evidence. By Jove, are you sure?
Yes, evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had reason to lie in his testimony.
Very well. I hereby go on the defense of present its evidence. Evidence that demonstrates a motive for the witness' alleged deception of the court.
Take that!
This is a list of the debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded.
Yes, a list of innocent victims, crippled by the accused extortion.
The point is, among the names of these debtors is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay.
What? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused?
No, well, it's barely worthy of being debt.
According to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas. Not an inconsiderable amount of money, wouldn't you say?
Ah! Well, what of it?
Let's suppose Mr. McGilded were to be found guilty of murder. What will become of your debt in that case?
These documents say the word agreement of fraud between two different parties. Therefore, with regret to the defendant here, sentenced to a capital punishment, all outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They would cease to exist.
Cease to exist? Mr. Fairplay, is it not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never in fact saw? In a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant. Okay. Got him.
Order! 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 Mr. Blues, fair play.
Yes, my lord.
Let me ask again, and be aware that your answer may have more serious implications upon your future, sir. Did you or did you not see the precise moments in time in which the defendant is alleged to have thrust the knife into the victim?
Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. All right, now let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth a pinch. A pinch? But it makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on Mr. Gill's hand. Both of them. Objection! And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves, which we have here as evidence, is stained. So you keep saying. I wonder if I might be allowed to speak, sir.
Go ahead, Mr. First.
Well, thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself, as it happens. Seeing what? The blood, sir, on the assailant hands. I think, yes. I'm almost sure that it was on both of his hands, not just one. What? What?
Seems that we're going to need further testimony from all you witnesses. This time, I would like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. Do I make myself perfectly clear? Yes.
Mr. Naruhodo, there's good news. The course of the trial seems to have shifted slightly at last. Yes. I might finally have a chance to turn things around here. What the witnesses really saw. There was blood on both of the hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment of the stabbing, if that matters. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them.
I didn't actually see anything myself, no. Not until I heard that scream.
Anyway, the fact remains, there can't have been anyone else inside there. All we'd have seen. I don't think so.
Well, lo and behold, in truth of fact, one of you was witness to the crime of the perpetrator.
I apologize, but honestly, there was no one else inside that carriage. A man has got the blood. That much is incriminating and tantamount to saying we saw the man do it. That's really not what testimony is about. Let's examine the interior of the omnibus once more. Victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat, corroborating the witnesses' accounts. In other words, there is no substantial nor significant change in the facts of the case.
Very well, your cross-examination, please, counsel.
I'm actually getting tired. I'm really getting tired, honestly.
There was blood on both. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
I think it's about the clear view, but I'm curious if I have the evidence to talk about that. I wouldn't worry too much if you wanted to stop before a clear stopping point. I don't know, I'm kind of in between. Like, sometimes I can think about going more, sometimes I can think about just stopping.
The deck alone.
I wonder, Because if someone was sitting behind, they couldn't have seen. That's the thing. I'm wondering if that's what I present on, honestly.
Objection!
Okay, yeah, no, that is it. That is it. Okay, because I haven't actually commented on that, so I wasn't sure if that was going to work. Cool. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You are riding this omnibus and witness the events in the cabin through the skylight of the floor in the upper deck. Is that right?
That's right, yes.
In that case, there's a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight from you.
What?
By golly, really? Obviously, at this stage, we can't say for sure. But the possibility cannot be denied that at the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger enclosed in the cabin of the omnibus.
Objection!
Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, it seems the crime is here in the flesh.
You identified the area of the cross-sectional plan of the omnibus. Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting this potential extra passenger could have been situated? That's easy. Here.
Take that!
Both rows of seats on the roof face in the direction of travel, whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other. Look, it's two Professor Laytons! Which means the visible part of the cabin. A third Professor Layton, and he's red this time! Holy shit! The visible part of the cabin, which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight, is as I've drawn here.
Oh,
That's right, my lord. As you can see, the seat opposite the one on which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible that these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it.
Objection!
It's quite possible some phantom was sitting there. Your Nipponese have a foreboding habit of obscuring the truth ambiguity.
the British Court of Law, evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger you allude.
Can you, Mr. Naruhodo? Honestly, don't know. Who could it have been? Who could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witness's roof deck? Do we have anyone? Actually, I don't know. I feel like this is leading to, like, if I say no, then nothing comes out of this and I lose shit. So, I have an inkling. I understand, my lord. The defense would like to put forward a name.
You are a fool. That response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. A toast to hardness who is not yet learned.
Delay, counsel. The men are still to name the passenger in the other seat.
This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn the trial in my favor. On that night, on the night of the murder.
Take that!
No, it's not this. I'm not sure. Yeah, it can't be that.
Unusually large.
I'm curious where this sets me back.
Let's go to the friend Mr. McCorden. We're working on the assumption that he is innocent of this crime.
Yes, of course. Why?
That must mean then there's someone else on the side of Mr. McCorden, the true culprit.
That's right. Exactly what happened. Oh, of course. The two people sitting inside the cabin that witnesses saw through the skylight that night. They were the victim and the real culprit. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I was like, but like, okay. So let me explain my logic real quick, because the way that the body was pictured, right? Because it looks like he's stabbed from the front, so I think, oh, the real culprit is across. I would imagine that the real culprit was across from this man, rather than in the same sort of, rather than next to him. But we're working under the assumption that the culprit was next to him, I'm guessing. Which means we say that it's our, accused. I'm assuming.
Take that!
There, yeah. It was one of those two. The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see. Has to have been Mr. Magnus McGilded. Mr. McGilded?
What are you talking about, Counsel?
That's the name of the defendant.
Objection!
Holy shit.
If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hallowed chalice, do forgive that it's courtesy.
Lord Von Zeeks!
People talk of those talent island nations in the Far East having learning and culture of their own. But I see they use the terms ill-advisedly.
What are you trying to say?
Let me explain in terms that even a student of artless backwaters such as yourself might understand. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and the assailant sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to this fact. It's a very presence in which this case was built.
But that premise may be wrong.
What?
If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way.
What inconsistency, Counsel?
The defendant's gloves, my lord. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claimed there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim.
Objection!
Yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains.
Objection!
The point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance.
Yes, their testimony remains unchanged.
Exactly, they both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of events is correct, and the testimony reveals the truth. It was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night, a third party we've yet to identify. And the victim's blood on the was on the passenger's hand, both of them.
Objection!
And who is this third party?
Obviously, the true culprit.
Extraordinary! Ora, ora, ora! What exactly your question?
Objection!
The defense's postulation is just that, nothing more than conjecture. The witnesses have clearly said they saw the accused.
Objection!
But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't exactly make out their faces.
Yes, tops of their heads were obscured by the moon. You could see the rest of them.
Yes, that's right. Both gents were most certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice such things, sir.
What particular side of the first?
I'm afraid I don't remember. And you call yourself a hatter?
The style of hatter makes no difference. There's no third passenger in that cabin.
How can you be sure?
Because if there had been, The accused Mr. Gilded would undoubtedly have offered to depose the fact. Unless, that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation. That the accused failed to even notice the presence of the true culprit in the very cabinet.
Ah! It is possible. It is possible.
He's right. There was another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. It's inconceivable that Mr. Gilded would have been unaware of it.
No, but he fell asleep.
He said he fell asleep.
Von Zeke's theme began playing at the same time when my game is just in through me over a loop.
Well, what you say, Counsel?
That's funny.
Prosecution objects, my lord. On what grounds? As a suspect, he will have already made a full statement to police.
But what if there's some reason why he's unable to speak freely?
Magnus McGill is no uneducated ruffian. If it indeed turns out that the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it would have been a most deliberate act.
Counsel, for the defense.
What is your opinion? My lord, we asked Mr. Gilded or not? I guess. Yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. Hi! The defense would like to call Mr. McGilded to the stand.
In that case, I'd like to hear the opinion of the jury. Oh, yes, I need a little time to consider this.
Yes, I think we should hear what Mr. McGilded has to say.
Get the man out, yeah, I say!
It would be utterly illogical not to hear this testimony. When something is done, get it done. That's how one thing is to go.
Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say. Oh yes, that would be lovely.
Yes, the jury says the man must be heard.
Roll. The cause must be testimony. Better let's do the defense sit down at once.
Alright. Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear.
The presumed Mr. McGilded, have you been listening to the discourse of the day?
To be sure, I have, my lord.
There are now two matters on which the court decides to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin, as provided by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal that fact from the police? Beggar, no, it's not my letter to hide anything at all.
Just answer the questions, please.
The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this so long. Dude, I tell you all to keep my mouth shut.
Tell us what, Mr. McGilded.
The fine fellow represented me is absolutely right. In the carriage on the night with me and the other cabman, there was another passenger.
It's true.
Aye, it was me who helped the little Russian get away after it all happened.
You... What?
No, Magnus McGilded. That inconvenience is cut of you now.
I'm truly sorry, so I am. Lord Von Zeeks, I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I said nothing when I was taken in by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Which was? Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and not in any way involved, you see.
What?
If the police had known the wee one was just there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her into this courtroom just like myself. I was trying to spare her that. Young heads and young minds are easily damaged, my lord.
It was a child.
And who is this young child of whom you speak?
That, I don't know.
You don't know?
Aye, well, the wee one just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since.
Okay.
Objection!
We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for the witness's statement to be disregarded by the court.
Yet I
I wouldn't be surprised. Thurston isn't here in this courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings. What?
What? I smoke fire, there's a fire! What the fuck? No use! It's no use! What's going on?
Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo, cover your face.
Bailiff, don't let's use this case. Get the omnibus. Are you going to imagine rebellion to show them? Holy shit.
We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff. Amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one another in the desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial was suspended.
Alright. Someone turned on light theme? Alright, that's, yeah, I was waiting for this to be continued. I figured this is a good point to stop. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, this isn't as simple as it initially seems. Part 3. Wait, why is it part... Oh, because it was investigation part 1, and then trial part 2. I see. Alright. Well, with that, I think we're done for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow around the same time to continue this. Curb, I hope you are going to progress before I continue. Well, don't worry if you can't make it. That's fine. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Good night.